Oh yeah, it's getting real. Hello everybody and welcome back to another very exciting episode of Familycraft, and I'm going to tell you why it's extra exciting today, and it has to do with this big dome thing that I'm standing on. You'll notice that I am not currently on the server. I am in creative mode. So here's the deal. As you may know, I am currently based on a beach, just kind of with stuff sprawled about. It's quite horrible. It's actually really ugly. And in fact, I was playing with Elegant and Missy the other day, and I was like, man, you know, it'd be really cool. It'd be really cool if we had like texture packs that went with our base, that went with our themes. And they were like, well, what exactly is the theme of your base anyway? It's kind of just on a beach. And I realized nobody actually knows that that's not supposed to be my base, because it's been that way for months. So here's the plan. Is today we are going to build part of the base. We're going to build at least one of these dome things. So I guess now's the part where I kind of talk a little bit more about what exactly the plan for the base is. So it's very simple. The idea, it's underwater, as I've talked about. We're going to be completely under the ocean. That's why I went off and found an ocean for the base, obviously. The idea is we're going to be building things like these domes that are going to be connected by these little corridors, these cool tube things. And it's going to be this whole network of this kind of a thing. And you can see here, I've laid out this whole modular system. So I've determined, all right, these are what the domes are going to look like. I mean, not these specific sizes necessarily, but this is sort of the visual guide, I guess, for the base. So this is kind of what it's going to look like. You know, we're going to get these cool hemispheres in here, and as you can see, it's quite spacious. Like it feels real nice walking through here. And then you get these cool white corridors and everything with windows on either side, with views to outside. It's really nice. I think at least. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to do this, but anyways, I sort of figured this out, and we'll have like this pattern that goes around the outside with the block, the upside down stair, the right side up stair, and then with things like this here, and when it's just blocks, that just depends on the shape. I'm using like a circle generator to figure out the shape there, so it'll kind of depend. You know, we're kind of going off it by eye. But then I've designed like these little sections almost. So like right here is like a section of this corridor, and it's really easy to repeat. You'll notice it's all made out of quartz though, and that's a little expensive. So one of the things we might end up doing in this episode is doing some quartz mining. My initial plan is, I can't remember if I've talked about this before. My original plan was I was going to trade with villagers to get all of the quartz. But then I kind of realized that was going to take a little bit more effort than I necessarily wanted. And I don't have a great source of emeralds at the moment. So this is sort of what we're looking at. We're just going to be doing a bunch of quartz mining. It shouldn't be too awful, especially not with Fortune 3. Yeah, so I'll just run down the different parts of the base I have currently built. So we've got these sphere dome things. These are going to be each room. Important things will happen in these. They won't necessarily all be this size. I'll measure out how big I need each thing to be, and then I'll build a sphere that will encompass that. But as you can see, the style kind of transfers to different sizes, so it's not important that we measure exactly. Then we have, of course, these corridor hallway pieces that kind of just go out in straight lines. And then over here, I've kind of figured out what like a staircase piece would be. Thank you, YouTube. This is sort of like a staircase would look like. And then on the inside here, every couple blocks you get this, you know, whatever. You get the idea. And then over here I have a hallway, which is kind of just a rearranged straight hallway piece. And then this is the last part that I figured out so far, which is a bubble elevator module, which I might use, and I suppose in a corridor that's like floating up in the air, if I decide to do this sort of a thing and have multiple levels. But then this is the inside, you know. It's kind of cool looking. And then we got the sign posting, we got up arrows, down arrows for obvious reasons. I want to go up. Bam, we're up in the sky. Same corridor. It looks the same on the inside. And then going down, we just pop out of here. So, in my opinion, I think this is going to look real cool The thing is, we just need to get the resources. Now, here's the thing. So the block palette is actually this. So we're going to need sea lanterns, which aren't too difficult to get because there's now a guardian farm. So sea lanterns aren't going to be a huge problem, especially because there aren't a ton of them in use. It's not like the whole floor is sea lanterns. So sea lanterns, we're going to need some andesite because of out here. You can see I lined it with andesite just to keep it looking a little cleaner. We'll need quartz slab, stairs, and blocks, of course. Lots of glass, which should not be a giant issue. Stripped acacia log. I've already got some acacia trees growing at I guess at the beach. Bone blocks, which are going to be the biggest, they're going to be the most difficult thing to get. And white stained glass panes, which, just like glass, shouldn't be that difficult. We'll make a flower farm somewhere, and then it'll be fine. But without further ado, because there's no reason to have any further ado, we're just going to jump onto the server and start doing things. Okay, there's Elegant. All right, so this is where we are now. I kind of just got started on it. I got a conduit here. I found a heart of, I got a couple hearts of the sea from AFK Fishing, I think. So I have a second conduit in case we need it. But right now, this is just supporting me at the moment. I think, yeah, it's nighttime right now. But I'm just getting started on the first circle. So I've got reference here. My current plan is I'm going to start with a sand-filled like center base reference thing. That is, it's 12 by 12 on the inside. Basically, so that's the size of this whole thing. Because I need to find, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I need to start digging this back up. Yep. So I'm just gonna start going until I have kind of the whole base here down, and until I've got a little bit more of it outlined, and then I will come back to you.
6.5 hours later.
And we have finished filling up the first thing. I know I kind of went a step ahead of what I said I would do. Oh, dang it. But the first one is mainly finished. We just have to clear out the sand at this point. But this is pretty much the process. So what I did is I went ahead, I did like the first, this whole bottom portion, which is just a 3-block high cylinder. Pretty simple. And then I have this like block sphere generator up on one of my other monitors, and I bring that up and I set it to be 2 blocks smaller than this outer cylinder. That's what I did for this to get the sphere shape. And what I do is I build one layer starting from the center. I guess just 1 block above the top center block. I start out by building that, and then fill in along the inside with sand, and then basically continue doing that by each layer. Now, the one thing that I'm thinking while looking at this is, does this look good, or do I like this, or should I try instead, when I do the sphere thing, set it to the radius of this outer cylinder? Man, my game's real choppy. 1 second. All right. Set the sphere to the outer radius of this and just start up higher. That might look a little bit nicer, if I'm being honest. Yeah, you know what I might do is I might so what I did before was I was using a circle generator to get this outer part here. What I might do instead next time is just use the sphere generator. So for this one, it's 16 across is the middle part here. What I could do is make it 16, find essentially the upper middle part of it, and then that will be what I go off of for this cylinder part, and then I just continue building it, because this like the bulb here looks a little bit tall for my taste. Like, I would kind of like it to be just a bit wider. You know, a little wider and a little flatter. I think that could look a little bit better, but I don't know if I want to actually fix this this first one to do it. I think that's what I'm going to do from here on out. I don't know that I'm going to actually change it on this, but in the future, I'm definitely going to go that route. Okay, maybe I got a little carried away and I kind of just finished the interior, but do you know how good this feels? Oh my gosh, this is the base. I mean, it's the first step. It's not completed, of course. The only thing that I will say happened between now and last clip is I had to do a little bit of a redesign because I discovered that the glass panes will get waterlogged, and basically I started clearing out this little hallway that I made, and water was pouring in the sides. So I had to do a slight redesign, just extend this out a little bit more so they're just a little bit wider so that I can now use glass blocks without it feeling too claustrophobic. I could have just put the glass blocks here in place of the panes, but I really want the more open design. So with that out of the way, though, this is the first step of the new base. Now the question is, what do we bring in here? Now I want to make at least one other chamber, I suppose. I don't really know what to call one of these. One other module. I want to make at least one other module. I just don't know what to put inside of it. So I want to make one more, but I don't know what to do with both of them is the only thing. So I think I'm actually going to go back up to the surface and go back up to where the base is and figure out what things are most important. Oh, you know what? I guess probably another portal and my storage stuff. I think those are the things that I'm going to bring in. That would seem to make the most sense to me. And then farms and other things. I don't know what she's doing. Farms and other things will be slowly brought in. We'll bring in a villager breeder. There will be a villager trading hall in there at one point. But for now, we're just moving in. So I guess I'm going to pack up all of the chests. And I'm not going to take down the nether portal. I'm going to make a new one. I'm going to see if I have obsidian in here already. No. Okay, there's an empty portal. An unlit portal, I guess, out somewhere this way. I think I'll just steal that. Alright, what's happening here? That looks like something. I'm going to come back to that. Alright, so what I haven't decided yet is which room this is. I think this is going to be where the storage goes. Yeah, this isn't going to be the portal room. The portal will go... I feel like it kind of makes sense to put the portal straight off in this direction. Like I'll have a short section of pathway here, and then the portal will go right here, kind of on the ledge. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so let's get that all planned out. The jig is up. The jig is up. So an issue I've actually... How odd. Okay. Well, something I've actually run into is, you might notice this is a little over the ravine, and I didn't think about that. I'm not entirely sure what to do here. I'm thinking maybe supports all the way down. One thing that I'm thinking could be cool is a partially glass floor, just so that like when you're walking across you can see straight down. And then, you know, we'll decorate a little bit there. Although if that's going to be there, maybe we don't want glass going. Maybe we don't want glass. Anyway, I'm just working on the foundation at the moment. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to fill in the floor here, the area where the floor will be, I suppose, with stone, just so that when I fill it with sand, it's not all falling to the bottom of the ocean. And then once we figure out what exactly to do with the ground, then we can remove it, and then it'll be fine because the water won't go up, you know. So Now I guess I'm going to start filling this with sand and then building the sphere. Moment of truth, I guess. Yeah, so something that I've kind of discovered is in this process, you have to like go in and fix up each of these blocks. Like here, I have to come back in here and manually replace that with sand so that it knows not to be a source block for the water anymore. And you just have to do that for all of the stairs and things, all of the things that can be waterlogged, unfortunately. But I mean, hey, the end result I think is totally worth it. Whoops. Oh, dang it. Wait. How did I it wasn't like that. No, no, dang it. All right, here we go. Let's see what all of this craziness is about. See if there's an answer, a reason behind this tomfoolery. All right. I don't know if I trust it. Okay. This is taking a turn. Let's go with the good news first. What have you done? I wasn't prepared for this. Alright. She's gonna be like, I want my base in a completely new location. Alright. Okay, and final step coming up here. There we go. We should, assuming I've done everything correctly, which is a bold assumption, generally speaking, we should be all linked up. Hold up. So I didn't want to go through yet. Well, it works. So that's good. We are completely connected to the nether, and if we hop back through, actually, I do want to, oh wait, they can't, mobs can't spawn in glass anyway. I just realized I should check the light levels, but whatever. Apparently not. We should be back here. Aha, yep. You see that? That is what I want to not happen. Oh, I see. So I placed the block behind my head. Anyways, so we are now connected up to the nether. Dang it. Connected up to the nether. And I guess the last thing to do is to move chests and everything. I made a decision to, on the chests, to use... Oh, dang it. Oh, here we go. Great. To use item frames. I just don't have any... I don't have any leather for that. And that's pretty much everything, actually. So I'm going to go back and gather up some more melons and pumpkins. I think we might want to start selling some of those. Just because there's, goodness, so many melons and pumpkins from that farm just going to the background there. But that's it for the storage system here. We've moved all that here. So we've got everything nicely labeled here. We've got shulker boxes and dirt because we always need some of that. And enchanted books here. So it's just a crafting table and the brewing stand just in case. But otherwise, we're pretty much all moved in. Oh, you know what? I forgot to bring in the one thing that I actually went back to what I went back to the beach for, which is a bed. But I mean, that's That's fine. Actually, I think there might be one. If not in there, it's probably in here. Nope. Okay. You know what? Whatever. That's perfectly fine. I have that bed, but that's my travel bed just in case. So I'll go back and grab that. But otherwise, I'm actually going to end this episode here. I think we've made some good progress. I mean, finally, we've gotten to actually building part of the base. And there's probably going to be a little bit more base building in between episodes. I'm not going to make a huge deal of building new modules and things in episodes where I do. It's like it's not going to take too much time in an episode, just because, honestly, like as far as episodes go, we're not that far in. But as far as time goes, like season 2 of Familycraft has been going on for a few months now. So I feel like it's just up to me to start catching up when it comes to building things. So I won't waste your time too much with that. But with all of that out of the way, though, this has been a very successful episode, I think. I mean, look at this. We've got 2 domes here. We've got all of our stuff moved in here, or all of our items moved in here. And another portal right here. Oh, dear. All good to go. I think that's a good place to leave off for next episode. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, a rating would be much appreciated. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification button thing to see more videos. Check out the playlist in the description if you missed any episodes, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.